Hello students, today we are going to practice a few more questions on factorization by splitting the middle term. So here we'll be dealing with negatives as well. In this question which is given to us, we have x square plus 6x minus 91. Now we want two numbers whose product is negative 91 and the sum is positive 6. So we can take here positive 13 and negative 7. This 6x we can split and write it as 13x minus 7x. So we have x square plus 6x minus 91 and we can write this 6x as 13x minus 7x. Now from the first two terms we are going to take common. So we'll take x common here. We'll be left with x plus 13. And from the next two terms we are going to take minus 7 common and we'll be left with x plus 13 again. Now, please notice we have taken minus 7 common. Since we have taken negative outside the bracket, so the signs here will get reversed. So they were earlier negatives. Now we are going to make it positive. We have to take out common in such a way so that these brackets, they are repeating. If they are not repeating, you will get stuck and you will not be able to proceed further. So now x plus 13 can be taken common here since we have x plus 13 here in the first term as well as in the second term. And then we'll be left with x minus 7. So now we have factorized x square plus 6x minus 91 and we've written it as x plus 13 times x minus 7. Now coming to the next question, we have y square plus 7y minus 144. So we want two numbers whose product is negative 144 and we want the sum to be positive 7. So if we take positive 16 and negative 9, that is going to give us the sum positive 7 and will give us the product negative 144. So we'll break this 7y and write it as 16y minus 9y. So we have y square plus 7y minus 144 and we can break this and write it as 16y minus 9y. Even if you write it the other way around, even if you write minus 9y plus 16y, doesn't matter, you will still get the same answer. So let's take first two terms. Here we can see that y is common. So we'll be left with y plus 16 inside the bracket. In the next two terms, we can take minus 9 common. So we'll be left with y plus 16. Please note 16 times 9 is 144. So from this 144, if you take 9 outside, you'll be left with 16. We have taken negative 9 common because we want y plus 16 here. We want these two brackets to be the same. So now we have y plus 16 common and inside the bracket, we'll be left with y minus 9. So we have factorized this expression and written it as y plus 16 times y minus. Okay, let's proceed further. In this question, we have x square minus 6x minus 135. So we are going to split this middle term. We want two numbers whose product is negative 135 and we want the sum to be negative 6. Please note, we want the product to be negative. That means one number must be positive and the other one must be negative. We know 15 times 9 will give us the product 135. But we want negative 135 as the product. So which one should be negative? The bigger one, that is 15, should be negative because we want the sum to be negative 6. That is why we're going to take negative 15 and positive 9. So we are going to split this minus 6x and write it as minus 15x plus 9x. Let's proceed further. We have x square minus 6x minus 135. And this minus 6x we can write as minus 15x plus 9x. First and the last terms will remain the same. We are not going to make any change here. So in the first two terms, we are going to take x common and we'll be left with x minus 15. In the next two terms, we are going to take 9 common and we'll be left with x minus 15. 9 times 15 is 135. So from this 135, if we take 9 outside, we'll be left with 15. In this question, we have taken positive 9 outside. That is why the signs inside the brackets will remain the same. There would not be any changes in the sign. Now these brackets, they are repeating. We are going to take this common and we'll be left with x plus 9. So x square minus 6x minus 135 can be factorized and written as x minus 15 times x plus 9. Coming to the next question, we have x square minus 5x minus 24. We want two numbers whose product is negative 24 and we want the sum to be negative 5. So if we take 8 times 3, we can get the product 24. But we want the product to be negative 24. So one of these, 8 and 4, we are going to take negative. Now, how to decide that? Sum here, we want negative. So the bigger number 8, we'll take negative, and the smaller one, 3, we'll keep it positive. So we have x square minus 5x minus 24. We will split this and write it as minus 8x plus 3x. The first and the last term will remain the same. There will not be any change here. From the first two terms, we are going to take x common. We'll be left with x minus 8. From the next two terms, we are going to take 3 common and we'll be left with x minus 8 again. Now this x minus 8 is the same. That can be taken outside and we'll be left with x plus 3. So x square minus 5x minus 24 can be written as x minus 8 times x plus 3. Thank you, students.